Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? Good morning, Crispy. Good morning, Princess. Good morning, Moses. Excuse my morning voice. I'm still waking up. It's a little early for me today. It's about 6 a.m. 6:04. Good morning, Rich. Can you guys hear me all right? Okay, cool. You can hear me. And is the music all right? I've got a little bit of music in the background. Don't want it to be too loud. I need to get a little more familiar with the streaming software. So what are we doing this morning? Got my mods in, my regulars in. Maybe we'll have a few trickle in. This is a different time for me, different day. But I haven't streamed in a while, as you guys know. And I haven't really done much for videos. Not that I've published. So this is just kind of a coffee and chat and chill. We might do a little bit of arts and crafts. But I just wanted to talk to you guys and let you know I'm okay and have a little coffee and chat. Catch up with you, see how you guys are doing. I miss you guys. I do. And unfortunately, I had an incident, and I don't really want to go into details, but I hurt my shoulder, and at this point, I don't need surgery. But I am going through physical therapy, and every time if I play for more than about 30 minutes on the console, my shoulder starts hurting. So just need to give it some time, step away from the console for a little while, and I've been doing some arts and crafts. I've actually been doing some adult coloring. I know that might sound silly to some, but this isn't your 5-year-old coloring. I'm interested in technique and shading and lighting, and it feels very artistic. Thank you, Moses. Thank you so much. I'm glad you still miss me. I was a little worried about the channel. It's been hanging in there. I just lost 1 subscriber, and that's fair. I haven't been putting out content, so I did put a video out on my other channel of what I accomplished for coloring, and I can kind of show you guys that real quick. How are you guys? I'd like to hear how you guys are doing. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging in with me. So I thought this would be nice to just do a little stream. So it won't be a long stream. Princess streams in about 50 minutes. So I thought this would be a good way to do a short stream. So we'll do about an hour, and then we can all head over to Princess's. If you're a member, I believe she's doing a members only stream today. And yeah, so that's what's going on. We're just kind of chatting and drink our coffee. Is everybody awake yet this morning? Crispy, you're doing good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Your channel's going pretty good. I have been watching. It's doing well. Alright, well, we can keep chatting. If you have any questions for me, or comments or anything about the channel, let me know. I'll show you a couple pieces that I worked on. Well, I don't have a whole lot to say, just that the channel is not dead. I'm going through a rough time with my shoulder and switching gears for a little while, but I will be back. In fact, you're still drinking coffee? Me too, Crispy. What do you put in your coffee, Crispy? I have an espresso, and it does a really good job. It's expensive, but cheaper than going to Starbucks. But I use nut pods. I try to keep my dairy down a little bit. So I do nut pods, and it's really delicious. So, let me just find this page I'm looking for. There it is. So this is a piece I showed on my other channel. This is the kind of thing I'm doing over there. This is a Joanna Basford book. I would say go to Joann's and pick yourself one up, use your coupon, but likely any Joann's is sold out of these as they are starting to close down. Good morning, Dee Dee. Good morning. Welcome in. So happy you could make it. I know this is a different time, different day, and we're not even playing video games. So it looks a little different today. We're just doing a chill coffee and chat, catch up. The channel is not dead. I'm suffered an injury and kind of switching gears, doing some crafting, and but we can talk about what's going on in the video game world if you want. And I will say that I haven't stopped playing. I can play for about 30 minutes and that's about it. So that's why you haven't seen any videos, and I didn't feel that was worth streaming till certain people begged me to do a catch-up stream and chill and just check in with my people. So that's what we're doing today. So what I've been doing that's been easier on my shoulder is adult coloring, and I'm really loving it, you guys. So this is the book, one of the books I'm using, Joanna Basford's World of Flowers. Flowers is a good way to start if you have never done it before. And this isn't your 5-year-old coloring. So this is a piece that I did, that I showed on the channel. Maybe I can zoom in just a little bit. Get it in frame. But I'm pretty proud of this one. So with adult coloring, you are, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with chat. You are taking something that's 2D and trying to make it look 3D. I mean, you can just flat color like a 5-year-old, and that's fine. And a lot of people really like that. It's very therapeutic. But I'm interested in things where I learn and get better at something, have a skill. So I'm trying to make it look 3D, and I think I did a pretty good job with this flower. How you do that is you consider the light, where the light is, and then where the dark is, and do shading and leave some white space where you think the sun might shine on it. And there's just a few principles, not much art principles, and you can start making things like this. I mean, I just started maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and just starting to really get serious with it, and because I'm really enjoying it. So this piece here is done. I'm still working on this. I started working on the frame of this flower, and then I'm gonna do a video on the flower part here soon. So that's what I'm doing in that book. And then I'm also using this book, and I absolutely love this book. If you guys are interested in coloring and you love animals, this is a really good one. But I always say color what you love. The point is to have fun. And so if you like boats, then find a coloring book on boats. There is so much out there. This book was like $10, and you could literally, I've seen professional artists out there on YouTube use Crayolas. You could totally get like a $10 book or less. I also have seen some at the grocery store. But mainly I'm looking on Amazon. And the reason the book is so cheap is because it was published a while ago. It's been out for a while, so the ones that have just come out, they're a little more expensive. Oh, Princess, that sounds good. Sounds like Princess is doing a barbecue tonight. Dee Dee, what is TT stand for? But yeah, there's really a lot of really cool and talented artists out there that use adult coloring, and I don't claim to be an expert or doing a fabulous job, but practice makes perfect, and maybe we can learn together. But this is a frog that I did out of this book, and he came out pretty good. He looks fairly 3D. This was my first one, and I was just starting to figure things out, and I had used the wrong color for his chin, and honestly I almost threw the book away. But I persevered. I did some research on color theory and was able to turn a bright purple into a kind of a brown and green. And I added a little texture, so I think he came out all right. I could do a little bit more with his eyes, I think. I might go back and make his eyes a little darker. But other than that, I think he's done. He's cute. I thought of Princess the whole time because she's talking about frogs all the time on her channel. Time travel, I'm not sure what that is. Is that a program? Such a handsome lad. I know, he looks like royalty, right? So I tried to use some purples. So this is all done with colored, well, not all. The majority of it is done with colored pencil. I'm using Black Widow pencils. I don't have a tin to show you, but they come in several sets, and how they are a little more economic, but really close to pretty high quality grade. They come in sets, so you can buy one set of them at a time. So I think they run around $15 to $25 for each set, so not too awfully expensive and pretty good quality. They're just above Prismacolor, so the best wax pencils would be Polychromos. They have a lot of pigment. It's my dream to own a set. But under them, closest to them, right below them, is Prismacolors, and they're pretty close to the best wax pencils. And then below them would be Black Widow. So it's kind of middle grade, but definitely not necessary. You could pick any set really and make something beautiful. You might have to work at it a little harder with some of the cheaper pencils, but... And then this background was actually pastel pencils. So you can get pastel in a powder, or you can use pastel pencils. I already have the pencils, so I've been using those. And it actually comes off as a powder, and so there's a big debate about, well, do you have to seal it? And then most of the time you do have to seal it, and then it changes the color. But what I discovered is if you're not putting a thick layer and powdery and using the pencils, you can rub it into the paper and it doesn't come off. So that's what I've done here. So I rub my finger here and you can't, nothing's coming off, even though it was a powdery pencil. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and I've been doing some research on color theory and see, Princess Dreams got you a big box of Prismacolors, 150 set. So I use those for most of my art, and I have a small selection of Copic markers. Oh wow, Copic markers are expensive too. I think the new rage is, oh, what's the name of those? Oh, the Ohuhu. It's called Ohuhu markers. I think they're named after some Hawaiian towns. So Ohuhu, I have heard, is just as good as Copic markers, but a lot cheaper, like more than half. However, I don't talk politics on my channel, but I will acknowledge that tariffs are coming. So starting on the 7th of May, which is just in a few days, Ohuhu is made in China, I believe China, and they have announced that they will be raising their prices based on the tariffs. So if you're interested in Ohuhu markers, I would jump on that if you can, before the 7th. Yeah, Ohuhu market, a lot of people like them. They're good quality and a lot cheaper. But one thing that I have noticed is a lot of people are saying that there's a lot of knockoff brands out there from China, and they all appear to be the same quality. So they think that they're just rebranding them, that it's the same marker and just rebranding them. So that's kind of interesting. Dee Dee, you said both of your daughters have a couple of good sets of good colored pencils and alcohol-based markers. So one thing I'm hesitant about with the alcohol markers is they bleed terribly. And I want to work with coloring books and possibly coloring pages. And so you can get coloring books that are one-sided, and maybe you don't care if they bleed. I think what I'm planning on doing is trying out Pitt pens. They are a Faber-Castell and Staedtler have Pitt pens, and they are a pigment pen. It's not, I guess you would call it water-based, but not like a water-based marker. It's less water, and since it's pigment, it sits on top of the page. Excuse me, and it doesn't bleed through. Good morning. Oh, I'm gonna mess up your name. Ayumu. I'm so sorry, I butchered your name. Ayumu? But welcome in. We're just doing a little chill chat, streaming until 7 my time, which is in about 35 more minutes, and everybody will be going over to Princess. But we're just chatting and talking about what I'm up to, stepping away from the console and doing little arts and crafts. One has a set of watercolor pencils and pastels. So I do actually have watercolor pencils. I have a couple of small sets I'm trying out. I love watercolor. So one of the things you can do with watercolor is you can do what they call basing, where you put a layer of color down on your coloring page and then add colored pencils on top of that, and it's a lot less work. So it saves your hands from trying to fill in those larger spaces. So I definitely plan on doing that. So these are a couple of sets I picked up. This is a Derwent watercolor, and it's not very high pigment. They're okay, but this is what the 12 set looks like, colors that they come in. And you can do a lot of different things. You can just color right on the page and then add water. And we could do that on the channel. That would be fun. I did okay. Ayumu? Ayumu? Oh, the watercolor pencils are Crayola. That's okay. Crayola is a pretty good set. And a lot of people have used them and gotten good results from them. So my other set is the Faber-Castell. I want to try, I just got these. I want to try these out. They're high pigment. What's nice about Faber-Castell is they have pit pens, they have watercolor pencils, they have the polychromos, which is a high pigment wax pencil. What else? They have pastels. I have a set of their pastels. So if you wanted to make sure that all your colors were the same, and you stuck with one brand, then that's one way to go. They are expensive. This was about $20 for just these 12. Obviously, getting a bigger set. I think on Amazon, the full set of watercolor pencils for Faber-Castell is $150, last time I looked. But you know how that is. You keep watching Amazon until they drop their price. But yeah, so you can also just color with these, and it's like you get a 2-for-1 pencil. You get a watercolor pencil or a regular. It's not wax-based. I don't think it's wax-based, so you probably wouldn't get as much pigment as regular polychromos, but it'd still be a pretty good pencil. So, you like Prismacolor, Princess? That's pretty common thought. I think part of that is have you tried polychromos? So this is kind of what I've been thinking is, yeah, there's some sets out there that are really expensive. It'd be cool to try them. And maybe you pick that, I struggle with, okay, what's the perfect brand? So, and that's something you just have to try out. But I'm coming to realize that there is no perfect brand. Because each set has its own set of colors. My My Black Widows are kind of a pastel color, and not all sets have the colors that they have. And same with Polychromos has some colors that Prismacolor doesn't have. Prismacolor doesn't have some, I lost my train of thought there. But each set, you know what I mean, each set has a different variety of colors, and so you just have to kind of pick which set of colors you like the most. And maybe you have more, at some point, if you're really serious, you have more than one set, and you have a variety to work with. Either way, it's very enjoyable, whether you're using Crayolas or you're using something high-end. There's some pretty crazy ones, like the Karen Dosh is like, I think it's like $350 for a full set. It's crazy. Princess, you've tried a variety of brands. You find the Prismacolor is my preferred brand. You know, I find, yeah. So I am finding that most YouTubers use Prismacolor. There's a few out there that use Polychromos, but the majority use Prismacolor. So that's definitely a good choice. They have been dropping their price a lot lately. I got a set for around $100, a full set for around $100. Alex is jealous and begging for my attention. I'll give him a treat. I'd love to show him on screen, but I think he would knock my setup down. I'll keep him entertained for a while. Alright, so we've been chatting for a while. Emil, you like to color adult coloring books too? I use Prismacolor too. Yeah, Prismacolor is great. I do really like my Black Widows though too. I think once I use up my Black Widows though, I won't buy another set. I do like them, but there are better sets out there. I have a set of Prismacolor, so I'll probably switch to that. Alright, so let's do a little coloring, should we? We have about a half an hour. We can do a little coloring. So what are we going to color? Well, it is console carry. So we're going to do something Animal Crossing themed. There is an activity book out there, but it looks like it's stickers and some coloring. I might pick that up and do that with you guys. I also have perler beads, Animal Crossing style, that I will be adding to one of our chats. But if you go on Pinterest, you can find images of coloring books for free. You can download them for free. And so that's what I've done. I found this little guy this morning, and it's a coloring page. I'm printing on just a regular, it's a small LaserJet printer. But if you don't have a good printer, you could go down to your local copy shop and give them the file, the download, and they would print it for you. But I thought this one was cute. There's quite a few out there, and it's free. We can play around with it. So, I think I lost my music. Let me check on it. There we go. Alright, so the thing about picking colors is it can cripple you, but don't let it. Just have fun. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, I was talking about paper. So I printed on vellum cardstock. So vellum means texture, and colored pencils like to have a little bit to grab onto. They do best with that. Don't have to. Some pages out there are smooth, and you can do pretty good, but you can't layer things as well. This page, I don't know how much we'll layer. It's not a lot of detail, it's some. Can we do shading with this? We're gonna try. So, let me come up with some colors. So, I'll let you guys decide in the chat. What should we start with? Who should we start with, or what? I could start with the trees, the clouds, these two flowers. I'll let you guys decide where we start while I'm getting my colors together. Hey Moo, you just got into alcohol markers. I was just telling everybody that Ohuhu will be raising their prices dramatically starting May 7th. So if anyone's interested, be sure and check that out soon. Isabel? You want me to start with Isabel? Alright. I think, I don't find her very cute in this picture. Does she really only have one tooth? Is that true? Princess was the first one to chime out, so we're gonna start with Isabel. Alright, so Isabel, what does she look like? What colors is she? She's kind of blondish. She has blonde hair, right? Let me pull up a reference picture. So that's something that you can do when you're coloring. Say you're coloring a rose, you could pull up a real color of a rose to get some inspiration on what colors to choose. Oh yeah, she's very yellow. She's got a lot of kind of yellow orange. Maybe gold. Alright, let me pull out some pencils here. Well, I'll show you my pencil set here. I don't know, it's kind of big. I have the full set. I have FSS. It is full set syndrome. So I always get a full set. So this is my pencil case. It's huge. I can't even show it to you on the screen, but this is what my pencil set looks like. I've these pencils are numbered pretty crazily because they come in separate sets that make up a whole set. So what I did is I took a little label, a little self-sticky label, and put them on each pencil because it was driving me crazy. I couldn't find certain colors. If you're following along with someone and they call out a certain color, it was hard to find. So that's how I have my pencils set up. And then I made this chart where it's the colors are alphabetical, so it makes it a little easier for me to find if I know what color I'm looking for. So I'm looking for gold, which is color 144. So we'll do gold and nugget 147. Olive brown 139. Now, one thing I will mention is that there are several YouTubers out there that have conversion charts. So maybe you follow somebody that's using, like me, that's using Black Widow pencils, but you have Prismacolors. You want to use Prismacolors. Well, you can look at the conversion charts and come up with the colors that match those. So that's pretty cool. So what I like to do with coloring is I like to pick a light, medium, and dark. There's a lot of different methods out there, and no way is wrong or right. It's your world, your coloring page, you're the artist. It's your artistic impression of how you want to color. I could paint or color these trees blue, and that's fine. Or pink, or that's fine. Whatever makes me happy. So it doesn't necessarily have to be logical. All right, so we have a light, medium, and dark here for Isabel. And what I have discovered is that I've seen YouTubers talk about this, and if you color each color right next to each other, they don't blend very well. So you want to have some kind of overlap. So this is what I came up with. So we're going to take the lightest color, and we're just going to give her what they call a base. And we're just going to very lightly color her in with this light pencil. Okay, so you also want to make sure your pencil is sharp. I do have a bit of a point on there, but I'm going to go ahead and sharpen. I use this Staedtler pencil sharpener, and it's really good. You want to find a sharpener, preferably German for some reason, German made. Blades seem to be the best. And if you can find one that says color or colored pencil, they seem to work pretty good. So I'm just gonna turn the pencil. I've heard that you should turn the sharpener, not the pencil, to protect the core, but I don't know if that's true or not. So that it gets a pretty nice sharp point on there. 20 minutes till 9 a.m. Okay, thanks, Rich. Yeah, we're just getting started here with the coloring page. We won't get very far. Mostly I wanted to chat and catch up with you guys, let you know that channel's not dead, I'm not dead. I am going through some hard times, and I missed you guys, and yeah, canary yellow might be a good color for her. So the one I picked was gold to start with. We'll see how she comes out. All right, so we've got sharp pencil. Now, with pencils, it comes out a lot better if you keep your hand relaxed and just do a light layer. So we're just gonna like do a light layer, and then if you want it to be darker, then you do another layer and another layer. But doing heavy pressure doesn't really look as good. So if you are heavy-handed and struggling with that, a lot of people say you can put your hand back here and color, and that forces you to color lightly. But I don't really have a problem with that too much. So we're just gonna do some coloring. So I like to color in the mornings, and especially at night. It helps, it's very therapeutic. It helps you relax, de-stress from the day. Another thing I had talked about is considering the light. So we'll probably make the light, you could make the light shine directly in front of it, or the upper right, upper left, but that's good to keep that in mind. With this lighter layer, we don't need to worry about it too much. We're just gonna work on getting this layer in. And if you're thinking about what you're gonna do with it, the method you're gonna use, you're not thinking about what you have to do tomorrow, all the stresses. It forces you to stop thinking about your problems for a little while. Thank you, Princess. I really appreciate that. I honestly was wondering if I should just shut it down, because I don't know when I can play again. I can play a little bit, so that was something that I was going to mention to you guys, is I am actually working on a Stardew series, and it's not ready yet. I'm hoping June 1st that I can release it. It's gonna be different. So I'm trying to decide if I should keep this white. This is kind of a lighter color, so I think I'm gonna leave this white for now, her face. I need to color her hair. So Princess is doing a member stream. If you're not, first of all, if you're not subscribed to Princess, what are you waiting for? She does arts and crafts as well, and that's why she's one of my besties. Thank you, Rich. I'm trying not to get hung up on the numbers. I am, to be honest, a little disappointed that I'm not growing more. But I know a lot of that is on me. I'm not putting out enough content. But yeah, so if you are subscribed to Princess, she also has memberships now. And Princess, maybe you could describe where people go to join, to become a member on your channel? Because I was looking the other day and I couldn't find it. I'm not sure where you go to become a member. Is that on your Discord, maybe? So some people say you should go in circles. Some people say that you don't need to. I'm kind of doing straight lines. The main thing is to be consistent, so you're not getting weird crossing lines. So I think if it's something you want to look more roundish, I'm using little circles and just working my way around the area. And so it's not hard. Once you learn a few principles, you can really do some really cool stuff. And then it's just practice. There should be a join button on the home page of my channel. I do not see, I can't find that. I'll go look at it right now. Oh, you sent me an image. Oh, there is. Why couldn't I find that before? Alright, so if you go to the home page of Princess's channel, there is a join button. Just looking at the reference. Alright, so this is her ponytail, Isabel. So we're just going to do this light color. So I am working on a Stardew series, so that will be coming to the channel, I think in June. And it's gonna be different. That's all I want to reveal today. It's gonna be really different. And this is her hair too. And her little arm here. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have some love bites from Alex. He scratched me up pretty good. He's not being mean or anything. He's a sweetheart. But he wants me to hold him, and he's not a baby kitten anymore. And I will hold him, and then he's just kneading my arm, you know, because he's happy. So I call it love bites. Those are pretty good scratches I've got going on. So as you can see, I'm doing a light layer, but it's starting to show up here. Her other arm. But yeah, I like art, and this makes me feel like an artist without having to draw. So if you're not very good at drawing, or maybe don't enjoy drawing, but you like coloring, then Coloring Pages is a good way to go. There are subscriptions out there that you can pay for content to print out and color. But this I got for free on Pinterest. So that'll be a good resource. So, and it's console related. It's console carry related since it is Animal Crossing. Be wrapping up the stream here in a few minutes. So we didn't get very far into coloring, but next time. When will next time be? We can keep this Saturday slot. I may add another slot during the week, but it would be early in the morning like this. Now, are you guys available during the week at this time? All right, Princess. Yep, have a good stream. And thank you for the support. Oh, these are her little shoes right here, but we can still color that in, and then we'll go another layer. So we got about 6 minutes before we end the stream, and then if anybody wants to go over and check out Princess, it is a member stream today, so you would have to become a member. I think she's playing Animal Crossing, in fact. I think she's playing Froggy Bay. Alright, is that everything for gold? I think that's it for the gold. So then the next step would be to go to the medium color. Which one is my medium? Medium. Would be 147. So my medium color would be Nugget. It's called Nugget. It's out of the Cobra set. So that's where I start picking some of the darker areas. So I think I would leave some of it. I'll leave this lighter color, and then like this area here will be a darker color. So we would just, and still lightly, I'm coloring this in. You can see that that's a little darker. All right, so that gives you kind of, and then you would go back with your darker color and decide, okay, if the light's coming here, then maybe we would do darker color, do some shading on this side, and kind of make it look roundish, since it's a round object. And you can start to see that it's starting to look more 3D. All right, well, we didn't get very far on the coloring, but it's time to wrap it up. Oh, that's a good question, Rich. I think I'll let chat decide that next stream, next Saturday. So that's going to do it for the stream today. I don't want to compete with Princess. Hopefully we can all go over there and support her. And if you're not a member, maybe consider joining. Her cheapest level is, she's got it set to her cheapest level at 99 cents. So it's not expensive, and it supports her channel. And she has helped me a lot, so I'm happy to support her. So thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you had some delicious coffee, and next time we'll keep working on the Animal Crossing page together, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. I hope you have a good weekend and a good week, and as always, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Nick, hello and goodbye. I'm doing an hour stream. We're all heading over to Princess of Pineapples stream. But thanks for popping in. If anybody can hit that like button, that would be appreciated. But my plan was to do an hour stream and then transfer over to Princess stream. So everybody have a great day, and I will see you on the flip side.